One of the most significant events in my life happened over spring break when I went on the service mission trip.
I decided to go on a spring break trip to Panama City Beach, Florida for Beach Reach.
I went to, I went on a spring break trip through h2o and I did the local trip.
So I went on a missions trip to Panama City Beach, Florida on Beach Reach.
On a missions trip to Guatemala.
And why I decided to go was mainly because I wanted to step out of my comfort zone and just share the gospel with those who needed it. And being in Panama City over spring break is really an intensive spot and where it's definitely needed.
I chose to go on the service mission trip because I was feeling a call into ministry and wanting to get more involved with h2o Church. And I really just thought this would be a perfect opportunity to explore that area of my life and to be more involved.
We went to a lot of different places, talked to a lot of different people. They shared their stories and we were able to share ours. We actually went to a women's prison, and there was an inmate there who prayed over me, and she was actually saying things that I've never revealed before. So it was scary, but it was just amazing because I knew that the Lord was it was directly coming from the Lord.
One of the things that impacted me the most about the trip was when we had the opportunity to serve at the Toledo Seagate Food Bank. And it was a grocery dispersal program, and when we got there it was really early in the morning and it was cold and it was wet, and we got there an hour early to help set up, and there were already people lined up out the door, and it was just really shocking to me to just see how many people would go to those lengths in my own community. Like, I grew up in Toledo and I thought I knew the place, and then just to see all the people who were literally hungry and were waiting in line for food, and so that was really overwhelming. And then once I got past the numbers, I just started to look at them as people, and what I saw was completely different than what I expected. I had this stereotype in my mind about what it looked like to be hungry, what it looked like to be homeless, and then the people that I was seeing and interacting with didn't meet that stereotype at all. And so the Lord just really broke down those like concepts I had, those generalizations I had made. And I saw beautiful young families who had just gone through some hard times. I saw veterans coming back from Iraq, and elderly people who just didn't have anyone to care for them. And so that was just really impactful to me.
So one of the things that happened that made the trip what it was to me was it really just made the gospel it gave me the sense of urgency of what it actually needed. So on one of the very first nights that we were down there, we actually as a group witnessed a tragic accident where one of the students that was on spring break lost their life actually. And so from the get-go, we were pressed with the urgency of telling the gospel. And that kind of stuck with me throughout the whole week. And actually that week, my prayer was for God to break my heart for what breaks his. And with that accident, I saw that prayer become a reality.
I believe these trips challenge us to just step out of our comfort zones and completely trust in God. And ultimately, we're just planting seeds, and hopefully they grow into a relationship with Christ.
I think that everyone should go on a spring break trip because it really provides an opportunity to serve and love others in a way that we can't just do using our words. I think that it gives us a chance to go out of the ordinary, get out of Bowling Green or stay in Bowling Green with the local trip, and provide the service that God called us to do for others.
If you're interested in going on a trip to Panama City Beach or another mission trip, check out one of our interest meetings.